So was it just me, or did you catch the inappropriateness of those two tonight?
Robert and Janet?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so obvious.
Like, I'm pretty sure they are both having an affair, but neither one of them is aware.
You're gonna quit airing at their party.
Yeah, a little uncomfortable.
Are you kidding me? I mean, Janet was, obviously.
3 sheets?
Yeah. Had one too many.
Honestly, I don't think they got it under control.
No?
Yo, what's going on, fellow junkies? Horror Junkies 519. Kyle 13th coming at you again today, you guys, and I want to welcome you all back to Horror Junkies 519. My new subscribers, my old subscribers, and some of you guys that aren't subscribed, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, you guys. Leave a like. Let's make this channel grow. Let's get right into it, you guys, because if you can't tell from the beginning, the intro, whatever you want to call it, I got some visitors, and they seem just a little bit strange. So, as you can see, I'm going to be reviewing the Strangers masks, whether you want the Strangers from the original one or the Strangers from the Prey at Night. Two sequel movies that are drastically different from each other, but I'm one of the ones that actually likes them both. So I'm going to be covering all 3 masks in this video, guys, so you get 3 masks for one video. I just didn't see the point of breaking them all up into each separate video. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this, and who knows, you might see them as we go through this thing. So be afraid. I got weapons in here. Sheila's over here, so I'm ready. So if they come a knocking, we'll handle it. So these masks are brought to you by Trick or Treat Studios. You guys already know I don't work for Trick or Treat Studios, so I get to call them on their bullshit and praise them for their amazingness. So that's the way I like to do it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So some of you that may not know, if you don't know these 2 movies, we got The Strangers, the first one, and The Strangers That Prey at Night. 2 sequel movies, but, they're pretty different from each other, and these are where the masks are coming from. Looking at these masks, like I said, these masks come from the Prey at Night. I'm hoping to get a set from this original one because I like the sack mask in the first one way better, the Man in the Mask, whatever you want to call it. So they do differ slightly, but the 2 girl masks I feel like are pretty similar. Like, they might have slight changes here and there. But if you guys are experts, let me know. I'm in. I like to know stuff too. But that's what we're kind of going over. We're going to go over the doll face mask first. So I do not have the packaging for these anymore. I did kind of buy these for Halloween decorations, and so I used them as such. And in all the hubbub, the packages kind of got thrown away. So I'm going to kind of do like I always do. So this is a Trick or Treat Studios product. It doesn't have any like Trick or Treat Studios signing on it, but it did have the little head tag for it. So this is known as the doll face mask. This is kind of one of the first masks you see in the original one, I think. I haven't seen it in quite a while, but you kind of deal with this girl that wears it first, because she knocks on the door and asks if Tamara's here, and usually Tamara's not there. So this mask was made by, or sculpted, or modeled by Alexander Ray. So I think he did an absolute great job, and so these are a pretty good plastic, like kind of vacuum form stuff. So I mean, she's got a string, but I really think that's exactly what they're like in the movie. I don't know if they have the black netting though over the eyes. I'm not sure. I think this one actually does. Don't quote me on it, but hey, I haven't watched them a little bit. I do have a little bit of a ding on mine. But cool thing about this mask was like maybe $13. So if you guys don't have a ton of money and you guys want to collect horror movies or memorabilia, I think this is a great way to go about it. But I am really liking their vacuum form masks that they're doing, because I think it's really a good way to get certain masks made, and it's a really inexpensive way to do it. So looking at it, I mean, I really feel like the shape of this mask looks pretty right from what I can tell from both movies. I do think this one differs from the first one just slightly. I really think they're pretty damn similar. But, it's got the freckles, it's got the lipstick, it's got the little rouge on the eyes and all the makeup around the eyes. I really do enjoy it. It really does give that creepy vibe that you expect from these movies. And so I really think they did exactly what they set out to do with this mask. So like always, let's go ahead and try this bad boy on. I might have to take my hat off for this one, which is fine. Okay, we're good. I'm not a girl, so it's not going to look as good. I probably just look adorable right now. I can't really help it. But add the knife. See, that's scary, right? That's kind of scary. Not really. Is Tamara here? Tamara! Someone's here for you! Yeah, don't mind me being an utter goofball. It's still early here, so... As far as what I think they were going for, I think they really nailed it with this mask. I mean, I don't think they could have really improved it on much from what there was. It's just a really simple mask, probably something they just picked up at like a little convenience store or gas station or Rite Aid if you want to get really legit. But the doll face mask, I think they really kind of nailed what they were going for. So out of 10, what am I going to give this? I mean, I don't really have anything I can honestly add to this to make it better. I mean, why add anything else to it? I think it's really exactly what it is in the movie. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this one. I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid... I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, I really do like this mask, but I mean, you know, I don't think they could really make it any stronger or anything like that, but I don't know. It just kind of feels like a little lacking, but it kind of is exactly what it is. It still gets a solid, but 8 out of 10 for me. Solid review for this one. What the heck was that? Someone's knocking on the door at this hour? Can I help you?
Is Tamara here?
No, Tamara lives here, and I don't know a Tamara. Babe, do you know a Tamara? No, there's no Tamara here.
Is Tamara here?
No, there's no Can we help you in any way? What? Are you okay?
Are you sure?
Yeah. All right, you guys, so we're going to go straight into the Man in the Mask next. The Man in the Mask. Yeah, let's just go. So this next one is the one that's been changed the most from the first movie. That's why I really kind of hope they make the first movie masks eventually. I don't know if there's like some thing that they're like, oh, you can't make them no matter what. And then for the second one, they made it drastically different. Like this one's all burlappy. I feel like the other one was kind of like a, almost like a pillowcase kind of fabric in a way. It looked a lot more comfortable. This is dreadful to wear. I will still try it on, but I think this one was kind of made really badly. I mean, no one put their name on this mask. I mean, it's still a Trick or Treat Studios product. Let's see here. It's got one here somewhere. There you go. Little Trick or Treat Studios tag. So they do refer to this one as the Man in the Mask. Basically, it's just a burlap sack of with eye holes cut out and a line as a smile or something like that. The first mask in the first movie was way better than this. I don't enjoy this one little bit. I honestly actually hate wearing it. But I mean, it's still a good representation of it. I just feel like it's a bad representation of the character. I feel like they should have kept exactly what he looked like from the first movie, but maybe they're trying to go, I don't know, they're trying to go, what's the movie? The Town That Dreaded Sundown mask a little bit. I mean, they're trying to rip that off a little bit. You can't really go Jason because I feel like it's just different enough, but I guess the one from The Town That Dreads Sundown is just a little bit different as well. There's really not much to kind of go over this mask. It really is just a sack, and all this stuff just comes off, and so it's really kind of annoying when I wore it for the intros and stuff like that. I was pulling that stuff out of my shirt just the rest of the day. So honestly, I think this is the worst one out of the three. I'm gonna probably let me think on it a little bit. Let me go ahead and try this on. I'm not tucking it into my shirt again, I'll tell you that much. Where are the eye holes? There they are. And see, they have these weird little flaps that go all over the place. Like, I figure they want me to tuck it in my shirt, and that's what those are for. I just feel like it's a little bit long and unnecessary. And so, I mean, that's kind of the look that you get. I mean, the eyes are really kind of not cut very well. They're definitely different sizes. So, definitely could still do the job that it needs to do, but this thing is dreadfully uncomfortable. Kind of itchy and whatnot, but, you know, here we are right here, guys. The man in the mask. Yeah, it probably looks a little better when you tuck it in, but, you know, you can see that in the little movies I filmed. Little skits, I guess. That thing is hot, and it got hot fast. Ridiculous. All right, you guys, so what am I going to go over? I think it looks actually a lot like the mask that you get from the Strangers That Pray at Night. I feel like it's just a way not as good of a representation of the mask from the first one. I really feel like they should have stuck with it, but I mean, for what they're going for in this mask, they really did nail it. I mean, I'm looking at the one on the cover. I mean, I think the material is slightly different even from this, but I mean, you know, I really feel like they still kind of captured what they wanted to go for. I feel like the eye holes are way different in the actual movie that I'm looking at right now. So they could have definitely done a lot more detail on this and made it a lot better. So honestly, with this one being the worst one out of the three in my personal opinion, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I hate to give it such a low rating because I really think they kind of captured the essence of the mask, but I feel like they got lazy on this one. I really, truly believe they got lazy on this one. So that's the Man in the Mask. I guess I'll give it a solid groovy for the people who like this mask, but I mean, I really feel like they could have done absolutely a lot better on this. So, the Man in the Mask. Do I have any of that crap on me? Of course I do. What you gonna do? This is the life of a horror reviewer.
Bobby, did you hear that? Sounds like somebody's tapping outside the window. You didn't hear it?
All right, you guys, so last up is the Pinup Girl mask. So this one was also done by Alexander Ray, and I really think he done an absolutely great job. These two girls' masks, if there is any differences from the first one, I can't really tell anything drastically, but I think he really captured the look of them really well. I enjoy these masks a lot. And, I mean, I love it when Angelina wears these. I did buy these for Halloween decorations, so they are hanging up in my living room during the Halloween season. And so that's kind of why I probably didn't review them as early as I got them. But, you know, I really feel like they have a lot of great color. The sculpting's great. The color really pops. And, you know, it really kind of gives you that creepy vibe. I mean, just sitting there by themselves, you're like, okay, that's just a lady mask. But, you know, these people are knocking at your door. They got knives and stuff, whatnot. And I think it really kind of gives that creep vibe a lot more. So looking at it, like, I really feel like they kind of captured almost like a Betty Boop vibe if you want to go that route. Probably could get sued if they do anything closer. But, you know, I like all the really bright red makeup. The black hair just really kind of pops. The little eye makeup. I mean, you really can't go wrong as well. And it's still hard, vacuum form, plastic, whatever you want to call it, with the string. So it's really covering everything it needs to be. The pinup, I think, is probably one of the top masks, I think, because I think it has that full head. It looks really kind of cool. I feel like they could have added a little more with the doll face mask, as far as, like, I mean, it's like that in the movie, but I feel like maybe just a little extra might have done a little better. But, you know, it is what it is. I still enjoy them, and I will go ahead and try this one for you guys as well. I am gorgeous! So here is the Pinup Girl. Because you're home. You just never really know what you're going to get when you click on a Horror Junkies 509 video. But so as far as the Pinup Girl, I definitely got to rate her almost just as high as the the doll face mask, but I'm going to kind of bump her up to number 9 because I think overall it's just a better presentation of the mask. Just the mask it's based off of is even a lot cooler, so I think this one's just probably one of my favorite ones. I really think it has a really great look, even though it's not really for me because I'm not a chick, but, you know, I think it's still really rad, and, you know, it's for anybody, you know, do your thing, but maybe not something for me, but I got it as a decoration, and I highly enjoy them, and I highly recommend them, you guys. The Stranger's Masks, this one gets a solid 9 out of 10 for me, and a solid groovy. Absolutely, why not? But definitely, want to see it in action. Oh my gosh. There's someone out back, hun. What is going on? Babe, it's another one. What do you want? Why are you doing this to us?
Because you were home.
Alright, you guys, so that's going to do it for my review on the Strangers That Pray at Night masks, the Strangers masks, whatever you want to call them, the doll face, the man in the mask, and the Pinup Girl. I think it's a solid lineup of masks, you know, and they're really inexpensive. The man in the mask is the most expensive one, which I think is an absolute travesty, but, I mean, because it's the worst one out of the 3. But, you know, they actually had to sew it together. I think Alexander Ray did a great job on the doll face and the Pinup Girl. And then whoever did the man in the mask, I mean, no one's claiming it. So I guess it is what it is. So that's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 519, Kyle 13th, signing out just until next time. You guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer. And you guys have a killer day. I've been getting a lot of comments lately about my fake chain. Does it bother people? I don't know, let me know. It really isn't anything. People ask me what's all this about. I just put it on one day and I just never went back. But it's been kind of coming up lately, so I don't know. Does it distract you guys? Let me know. You guys already know it. Stay bloody, my friends. Stay well.